part one, we're going to take water, and I found out the experiment works better if you just pour a little bit in here. Okay, so see the picture here? We don't want to overdo it. We're going to take a candle then, and we're going to lay it on the water. Hold on a second, Billy. And then we're going to I'm going to light the candle, and we're going to stick a jar over the top, like this.
We have a lighter?
We have some matches. Okay, what's going to happen? What's going to happen into the candle once we put the jar over it?
It's going to no. Oh, it's going to make it
Next
like, more on fire. Like if you trap the heat, it's going to kind of go out.
Yes, you know why that is?
Because there's no air.
Yeah, fire needs air, especially, you know what element it needs in the air?
It's trees.
You're just smothering the fire.
It does need wood, but it needs something. When you smother a fire, you deprive it of oxygen. That's the one thing inside air, or one part of air it needs. It needs air. It specifically needs oxygen in the air. So eventually the candle is going to go out. And then,
Yeah, because it uses all the air.
what's going to happen to the air inside the jar, though?
It's going to make smoke.
It's going to smoke. The candle is smoke. The candle is going to do what? It's going to make the air hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. And what happens to hot air? Do you remember from our past experiments? It rises, right? There's another concept too. Hot air expands, like a hot air balloon. Okay? And then I want to have you guys observe and see what
Some of
happens.
the bottles here.
So go ahead, Zach, you can pour a little in, and then you guys want to pick a color?
I'm pretty cold. Oh, me.
You can each pick your own color, and you guys can each add one drop, like, please.
Of your own color.
No,
Of
just
your
one.
favorite.
Sorry,
That was 2 drops.
that's fine. Just twist it. Just see how. There you go. Good.
That's 3.
Okay. Now you just need your fingers to mix it. Or your, yeah, there you go, shake it too.
Whoa. It's like a race car. It's black.
It is
With a
kind
touch
of,
of blue. And a touch of red.
it isn't the most pleasant color, but as long as you can see it. Okay, I'll put the candle
What
in
was
here
the
now.
other color?
Just stay away. We'll wait on the second time. I knew I was going to do that. Did I did that for the last one, didn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Look, it's actually.
Kale, do you want to put the jar over the top? Okay, now, without looking, observe the sides and observe what's going on inside the jar. Remember, what's happening to the air inside the jar?
It's getting hot.
Exactly. Try not to touch it, though. Or blow on it.
Or do anything.
Okay, look at the candle.
Machine.
So it must have used all of the oxygen. What's happening to the water?
It's still rising.
It's rising.
And what's happening in the water inside the pie tin?
It's getting darker. Oh, the water's going inside of it.
It's really
Awesome.
Oh, don't touch it, don't touch it.
The water's going into the jar.
So what's happening inside the jar? The air got hotter. It expanded.
And did it grab the water?
Well, that's interesting. What do you think happened? It almost like it did grab the water. It
It's a
sucked up the
vacuum.
water. Yeah.
This is a vacuum.
Don't touch it. You're exactly right. Inside, because the air expanded, some of the air must have gone down the bottom and out. And you created a vacuum inside here. So there's less pressure inside, which causes the water to get sucked up.
The water's white again.
It's clear. Water's clear.
Now what do we do with the hot water? That was it?
In part 2 of the experiment, we're going to do the same thing, except I'm going to take hot water. I'll pour the hot water in here. We're going to take the beaker. We're going to dunk it in the hot water, and we'll do the same thing. And I'll put the beaker in the thing. Yeah, you can pull that guy. Kale and Caleb, this water is really hot, so just you see it steaming.
It's not going to be a vacuum anymore.
Well, let's put Mr. Beaker inside here. We'll let it roll around in here for a second.
Look at it.
He's like, oh my god.
The water is extremely hot, so don't.
Oh my god. It's stuff on it. Mr. Beaker.
Now, do you think this? What do you think is going to happen when I put this on?
I don't know.
We'll get it out, dried out. Okay. Now remember, there's air inside the beaker. Don't touch the beaker.
It's going to be a
Oh,
vacuum.
you guys, off the table so you don't bump it.
Yep, it's a vacuum.
Try not to touch it.
There it goes. It's rising.
Do you think you're going to create a better vacuum with this, or would it be better with the candle?
It's better with that.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's hotter. It's still going.
Let's give it a minute and see how far it goes. The last group it went pretty far.
We will make it farther.
Try not to bump the table, but look for any look for. If you see any bubbles, let me know.
Why?
I'm curious because I think the air should be going out the bottom.
So,
It's still going up.
yeah, because there's still water in it.
Yeah, don't touch the beaker. It's pretty hot.
Is it like 50 degrees?
No.
It's Celsius.
Yeah.
Maybe not that hot, but might be pretty hot. Kale, I don't want you to sit on a chair like that. That makes me nervous. You're gonna fall over. Look at the bottom now. Do you see anything? Now look inside.
Oh, it's escaping.
What's escaping?
The water's bubble. Bubble.
No, it is.
Bubble.
I think.
Bubble.
What's happening? Why are there bubbles inside there?
Because it's hot and all the water's in there. And the air's trying to get out. It's kind of like it's cooling the air down.
I think what is happening, guys, is that there's a vacuum in here, which is sucking the air in from the outside.
Oh.
Air is coming in from the out, and it's going up through the water and bubbling. It almost looks like it's boiling, though, right? Is that what you thought? Because it's bubbling.
Yeah, give me one. Go. I want another one.
You guys want to really see how hot it is. If you want to carefully touch the top, you can. See how hot it is still? It's pretty hot. I wouldn't put your finger in there too long. Is it cold down here? You can touch your finger down here.
It's kind of hot. It's nice and cold.
See how cold the water is down there? Now, oh, girl. Don't knock it over.